Hey y'all, how's it going? I'm back for the after hours movers, guys. So, something that caught my eye and the sweet darling of COVID 2020, Kodak, let's go. So, starting off, guys, before Kodak announced their earnings, they came out with this tweet. When you think of Kodak, what comes to mind? Kodak is print, Kodak is advanced material and chemicals, Kodak is film. Kodak is an industrial manufacturer. Kodak is more than meets the eyes, guys. All right. So going to the chart, let's take a look at what it looked like during COVID and what exactly that I'm talking about. So going back to COVID ages, which I missed this run. Kodak in 2 days did 4,000%, guys. Almost four, no, or 4,000, 6,000%, guys. Give or take a little more, a little less. I don't know. Yeah, about 6,000% or 4,000%. Um, but I mean, this thing really ran and squeezed shorts. A lot of people got burnt on this one, and if you don't have careful risk management, careful rules to protect you, then you're gonna get stomped over if you're a short seller. That's why it's very strict and very important you put a set of rules, because think of it like a car, right? If a car doesn't have a brake, you can't stop when you need to. And that's the same thing your rules do. Is when you're hitting the gas, everything's going well, you're on momentum, everything's perfect, right? But that brake is meant for you to slow down and not hit other cars and control the car. And so that's why it's important to set an enforced set of rules to protect you. Okay, guys? It's important, you know? And, Paul Tudor Jones, he says, got to protect yourself. The name of the game is defense. Good defense is automatically brings good offense. But focus on defense. Focus on not losing your capital and having capital preservation. That's the most important part, guys. All right, let's dive in. All right, let's go into this. So I'm using Cappy Fin. It's an AI agent. It's pretty cool. I like it. But let's just review. Let's go together and review the earnings report and see what's going. So Kodak reported a significant improvement in profitability for quarter 2024, driven by high gross margins and operational efficiencies. Wall Street loves margins. High gross margins, they love. So that's pretty positive. I see over there. Decreased 3% year over year to 266 million. Not amazing. Net income surged to 26 million to 5 million. Okay, not bad. Operational EBT rose from 2 to 9 million. Pretty good. The gross margin expanded to 19%, reflecting cost optimization, which is pretty good. So far, so good, guys. Kodak remains focused on growth initiatives. That's amazing, including its pharmaceutical manufacturing expansion and digital print innovation, guys. That right there is the key of what we're going to talk about today. And we're just going to dive a little deeper, or surface level. I don't know how deep is, but we can go surface. Um so total revenue 266 million, year over year negative 3%. That's not amazing. EPS is 23 cents, That's honestly amazing, guys. From 3 cents, wow, that's actually very impressive. So that looks pretty good. Um, Operational EBT is 350% increase from previous year. Um, Gross profit is 8% from previous year. Pretty good. Cash and cash equivalent 200 million. Not bad. Um, negative 7 million cash flow. I mean, not terrible. So it looks like they're close to FCF, free cash flow, and 2 billion in assets. Um, so going back to this, I mean, these are pretty cool. These look pretty nice. They're not the highlight of what I want to talk about today. I think what I want to talk about and what I feel like that really is a pivotal moment for this company, if it's true and if it's going through, is this, guys: the expansion in pharmaceutical manufacturing with a new CGMP facility. Why is that important? Because if they're able to do that, increase revenue, increase profits, increase everything, guys. You know, that's gonna definitely turbo their charges, turbo their revenue, and that's a very positive thing to look out for. And if they go with it and they got their approval, which in the earnings call they said that, they're gonna build their manufacturing this year. So hopefully it got approved, since they're talking about it, right? So it makes sense if, they might have gotten approved without saying that they got approved. Um, Growing demand for Kodak's film and print businesses. These are the positive outlooks. Operational efficiencies leading to gross profit margins. Yep, that's awesome. Everything looks good. So the challenges ahead, guys. Let's see what the challenges ahead are. So I did previously speak about how revenue is declining, but that's not important. If there is future growth potential and opportunity, this is irrelevant. Although it may seem like you're looking at this like, why is it going, why is the stock going up after hours? Why is it up 5-6%? Well, probably because of this, expansion in the pharmaceutical manufacturing with the new CGMP facility. That's probably why. But also there's high manufacturing costs impacting profitability in areas of the business. So, it does takes money to make money. Ongoing restructuring and investment expansion affecting short-term margins, potential macroeconomic risks, including inflation, supply chain distribution. I mean, yeah, normal company problems. These are macroeconomics is a normal part of it, tariffs, whatever it is. It's part of the game. If you get affected, you get affected. If not, then it is what it kind of is, guys. This is just more of a in-depth look at whatever is going on. And then let's show you guys more. So right now, Kodak is trading after hours at 7:55. So no, sorry, 7:52, 7:55. So let's say 750, guys. It's trading around there. It's up 8%, 7%. It's not bad. I mean, obviously the initial reaction is positive, but we don't have enough volume in after hours to have any significance until the morning. So we'll see more. I mean, I started a small position, just to see. This is a nibble position. So if it works out, which I personally think that this information is pretty pivotal and pretty, especially with the history as well. I mean, this has a lot of things kind of going for it, right? As short flow is 10%. I mean, that's not bad. I wish it was a lot more. But I mean, 10% is 10%. I mean, it's not bad. The flow, these are things that some things that I like to look at. Flow 62%, 62 million, which is not bad too. It's going for price to cash 2.5, price to sales 0.53. The price to earnings is 9.98, so not bad, not bad. So yeah, so I mean, it looks like it's pretty good so far. I mean, at the look of it, of what I'm looking at right now, guys, resistance that I see and that we could base off of, and that it kind of touched after hours, is this mark over here. This 780 to like 8, 810, 820s. These are significant areas that I would look for resistance and potentially break out to, to further and go if the market reacts positive in the morning. Because remember, guys, the morning is a lot more important. That opening 1 hour, 2 hours is very important because it's showing what people are doing. Right now, I mean, it's, after hours, so there's not much going on and whatnot. But yeah, so we're gonna base it off this 8 area right now. That's the most nearest resistance that we can look at. Obviously, if we further out, there's some resistance around here with a ton of volume around this 14, 13 area. But we want to focus on the near term right now. And the trajectory looks like it's in the uptrend right now from this initial beginning of 2024. So, I mean, I'm liking the chart. I mean, it looks like it's trending upwards for about a year or so. So that's pretty good. And right now my position sizing is couple thousand shares. It's not a big deal. At around like 736. So it's a starter position. See if it reacts positively, I'll add more. But I'm definitely, gonna wake up early, hit that gym, and be on my desk for that morning to see how that reacts. But other things to talk about that I wanted to talk with you guys was some of the things that I was kind of like looking over, and I just wanted to talk about and and just speak about. So this is my list of things that I want to talk about. So right now, PDD, I know China's popping off, guys. I mean, talk about adaptability. If you hated China, right now is the time to adapt and love China, because China has been on a roll, guys. I mean, look at this, guys. Come on. BABA is up almost 80, 90%, 80% in what? A month and a half, 2 months, guys. Go where the money is going. Go where the volume is. Go where the trend is. This is relative strength, guys. Look at this. Strength. This is complete strength, guys. Broke out of this base over here. Had a nice uptrend. I like the old-fashioned Kulamagi way. I like trailing with the 10 and the 12 EMAs. I mean, that just helps navigate where the stock's going and to capture like longer trend things. And all credit to Kulamagi. He's one of my favorite traders. I have a couple more, but he is definitely one of mine, and I've learned a lot from him. So, and that's one of the things that is important to take into consideration when you're swing trading, as I personally prefer swing trading, is that, look, I mean, he's not wrong. If you were anticipating to hold it until it breaks down to 20 EMA, even the 10, guys, even the 10, I mean, we're talking about 50 to 80% move still. You know what I mean? And it's very important to allow your winners to continue forward. If you don't allow your winners to outweigh your losses, you're always going to go in that cycle of losing and losing and losing. Percentage doesn't matter. It doesn't matter if you're winning 80% of the time and you lose one big time and all your gains get wiped out. You want to look at the ratio of your win to losses. As long as your wins are at a higher ratio than your losses, you can have a, just like Kulamagi, he had a 25% win rate in 2020 or 2021, if I'm not mistaken. And he netted what, 80 million, 100 million? That just shows how irrelevant it is. And it's important that his risk management got him to that place. That's all risk management. He's really good at risk management if he's able to have a 25% win rate and make that much in 1 year, guys. That's impressive. So that's why I keep stressing it to you guys, and I keep letting you guys know that these are the things to consider and to follow through with, guys. Don't put it behind your ear. Don't let it go from 1 year to the other. Follow through with it, guys. Follow through. Okay? So that's why I chose PDD for me to swing right now, because from the China names, first of all, it's a quality stock. Okay, guys, it's a pretty quality stock. If we put in PDD right now, right? Look, let me open up these metrics over here, guys. Look on Finviz, guys. So it's a $180 billion market cap company, guys. 15 billion in income. Wow, that's impressive. 50 billion in sales. $40 in cash, guys. What? Wow. I mean, that's impressive, guys. These China stocks are very undervalued. Gross margin 62%. Wow. Float 1.3. It's a little more irrelevant with these bigger companies. I don't really look at the float with these bigger companies. It's more of the smaller ones. You know, trying to eye those low floats and be aware of them, because those are high flyers, you know. So, but looking at PDD, this is the one that I'm going with. This is my horse that I'm picking because it hasn't really significantly moved. And don't forget, guys, David Tepper, one of the best hedge fund managers, guys. He's in PDD at 125 or 124. And it's 7% of his portfolio, 8% of his portfolio. How can you not want to be invested in PDD? You know what I mean? This is just my opinion, though. I am not recommending it. I'm just saying what I'm doing. Right, guys? So yeah, definitely that. And another one I'm looking at is XPEV. Just announced that, you know, earlier, 4 or 5 days ago, 6 days ago, whatever it was, they announced that over here, Xpeng may invest up to $14 billion in humanoid robots, guys. I love this news. You want your company to be involved in robotics, guys. We are going to robotics. Tesla's going to robotics. Wherever we're going to is landing, from AI to robotics to quantum. Go where the puck's going. Don't go where it already is. Go where it's gonna go. And this is what I'm talking about. Is robotics is gonna be a very, very big sector, and it's gonna pop off. How? We don't know, but it kind of already is. And I think that Tesla is gonna be one of the main leaders in that sector. But I'm okay with China, guys. I'm definitely okay with China leading the way. I'm okay with having Chinese companies at better valuations that provide more value at the prices they're at. I mean, that's the contrarian bet, right? It's the most hated, or was, right? So So yeah, XPEP, and then I'm just eyeing VNet. It's a data center play, which is pretty decent metrics. It's not bad, not bad at all. Just eyeing it. It's on my watch list. If it sets up, above 12, 13, I'll take a nibble. But you know, I want to allow after this whole run from 4 to 16. I want it to take a break and just consolidate a little more because that's a big run. Um, and then something else I'm watching is PEV, Phoenix Motors. They came out with guidance. Um, it was what 30 to 40 million, and they're guiding for 50 million this year. I mean, not bad. Uh, I traded it once already here on this third green candle because they announced it and it sold off completely. PEV sold off. I mean, I lost that day some money. Well, that's what it is. Sometimes good news, sometimes when it gaps too hard, the people just sell off, And then, so if it gaps 50%, it came all the way down. And every single day, it's good news when every single day, right after it's a green day, guys. 5 green days in a row after that. So it was a delayed reaction, you know, from Stockby. I got the delayed reaction from Stockby. He's great to follow him. But he talks about the delayed reaction where sometimes stocks price in everything and there's no buyers left. So the stock withdraws, comes back, I don't know, whatever amount it withdraws, it catches onto those 10, 20 EMAs, and then it continues forward and it goes up. Now this one is a little less liquid, so I kind of sold it here on this day because there was resistance on the daily chart, which was over here. High volume, 300 million. So it's definitely a resistance area. So I sold all my position there. But it looks like, look, it's building well. 3 days, it's building on that resistance area. And I imagine one of these days it's going to have a high flying day, guys. It's going to have a nice high flying day. But volume, that's the most important aspect. Volume. I mean, it looks great. The chart looks like it's setting up, but if I don't have volume coming in, the stock's not going to move. Although this does trade very thin. So, also Skype. I was looking at Skype. It was when we were talking about earlier today. It's QBTS's. They fabricated the whatever helped D-Wave D-Wave's milestone in the landmark scientific breakthrough. Come on, guys. Even it says it in that, in the letter. Look at it. Breakthrough, guys. That's an important word. I would definitely look at that if it was talking about a breakthrough. And, I was eyeing it. Same. Not a lot of volume, but what was interesting that I kind of saw over here, there was a green candle. And it looks like it was a $1.5 million buy. So I was kind of interested, like, a $1.5 million buy on this green candle? I don't know. Didn't really move much. I don't know. Market makers maybe filling someone big, So pretty interesting. Definitely keeping an eye out for it. Remember what I was talking about before? Delayed reaction. Looks like it's kind of building out from this 311 day that the news kind of came out. So we'll eye it down, but I can't really go big on this or even try to size up. If it doesn't provide the liquidity, and that's an important lesson that I learned on through my trading career. If it doesn't, if you're trading, right, and you're using size and there's no liquidity, you're gonna have so much slippage, guys. You're gonna be paying percentages in slippage. So what Kulamagi usually says is don't be more than 1% of the average volume on the stock. So, for example, I don't know, wherever you go, Yahoo usually has it. where you go check on Yahoo Finance what the average day volume is, or normal average volume is. Let's say it's 2 million. What's 1% of that? Don't be more than that, so you don't have those crazy slippages that happen as a trader when you evolve and you get a little bigger and bigger and bigger. I mean, sometimes even like a $30,000 position can be big. $20,000 position can be big on, you know, some of these stocks because they just don't have that liquidity to, fill you in. But other ones I was watching just on a technical basis um, was CRVO. Looks like it came out with like a positive data or something on 312 or 311. Seems like it kind of came out with some kind of positive data or extension. Positive results, yeah. So it came out with a positive result and whatnot, and it, what's funny? Came out with the positive result and reacted a day or two later. Like, it's so funny. Like, it's like, oh, like the the news comes out on this day, and you're like, oh, I want to buy it, and like, this is what I'm talking about. It does absolutely nothing, has no volume, has nothing, and the next day just goes. You know, um, it was pretty impressive when I saw that because like I was like, what? You know, it just reacted the next day. The volume came in completely the next day. And I was kind of just watching this, and it kind of just, made this high here and then looped around, broke out of here. This part right here. So it would have been a decent trade. But sometimes these are hit and misses. Most important aspect is volume. Of course, you need that volume. If you don't have the volume, these trades will never work. And it did have some like minor volume, but it didn't have crazy volume like we've seen in the previous days. But it was enough to sustain the move, guys. That's it. It was enough to sustain it. Something else was RGC. I saw this. This was pretty interesting. I don't think this had news. It must have been running on something. I think it's a China stock though, so you know how they are, these Chinese stocks. Let me confirm. Alright, let's pop up Finviz. Tell you guys right now. And yes, I was correct. See, Hong Kong, Chinese stock, low float, guys. Low float, guys. Look at that. Important metric, low float. Sometimes these low floats, they're so unpredictable. Very. But when they have volume, these things can move, and you do not want to be in the way of it because these things can go and they can fly hard. As you can see over here, this went from 5 to what? 35 in how many days? 3 days? It's crazy because it has volume and it doesn't have the supply, and it just demand. It keeps pushing up the prices. And I was eyeing this one, but I missed it. You know how it is. You get up in the morning, you're doing other things, you're focusing on other things, and I missed it. It was in my watch list though, and I was eyeing it. But then again, going back to it, I mean, clearly the main thing was that this didn't even have volume. Honestly, very low volume, very. So maybe someone getting squeezed. I don't know. But definitely had some low volume, but that's a positive sign. Low volume and it's moving hard. So, shorts are getting screwed probably. This is the shorts probably covering into this move, considering they're like, it's a 300% move, it's going to die, whatever. Some people are just holding short from here. Maybe they're holding short from here, and this move just takes them all out. But after hours, I kind of traded this. I saw this volume coming in, and I took a little starter here, sold it, I took the starter at 26, added on this break around 28-ish, and then just sold it over here somewhere along this path. I mean, it was just a little scalp trade. It wasn't anything big. Sometimes when I find momentum and I see these small things, I'll put small money behind it just to experiment with it and see how it is. And it's different when I'm wasting my time, but I've seen these a lot, and these can go further than most people think before they fall down. And so, I mean, look at this, guys. It made after hours a 35% move, one candle in a 5 minute bar, only 45,000 shares traded in exchange. Guys, 45,000 shares is nothing. And it did that move. So I saw that and I'm like, I think it can have another leg with this. That's literally low volume. So, took the chance, but small size, guys. This is a very small size experimental trade. And other than that, there's nothing else that I'm currently eyeing. If besides these, I mean, I see some, I see TDD. I mean, I saw this. I put a little position, but I kind of kept adding on these highs, and I kind of getting stopped out, and I was like, I don't want to be stubborn either. Remember how I was preaching, have a set of rules, and it's just you don't want to be like, oh, I'm just gonna let it run, because then you let it run, and then what if it falls to 53, 52, 51? You'd be like, oh, I'm just gonna let it run, and now you're on tilt. Now you're on tilt. So important, guys. Very, very important. And yeah, awesome, guys. Well, I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Have a blessed day, guys, and I'll see you guys soon. Let me know if you guys have any advice how to better the channel, how to provide more value to you guys, and I love you guys. Have a great day. Peace.